Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Oh, after reading this one, you young boys need me more than I know, but God, this poor bastard. He's not in trouble. It's like, oh, it's like watching in slow motion. You know the quarterback is going to get sacked. You're like, here it comes. So this poor kid writes, I'll keep him anonymous. Hey, Aaron, repeat customer here. Today I want to ask two questions, one about vasectomies and some advice on a woman I'm dating. I'm turning 28 this summer and I really don't and have never wanted to have children. When I was 22, I attempted to get a vasectomy and was turned down by two urologists saying I was too young. My family doctor was shocked and appalled that I would even consider getting one done. Well, tell them to fuck off and it's your life. And if women can go fucking get their vag sewn up, that you can have every fucking right. And I actually had to report them to the Sexual Discrimination Rights Commission, whatever the fuck you got up in Canada. I live in Canada, by the way. So I'm wondering, what was it like for you? Procedure, recovery time, reaction from doctors, etc. Any friends or acquaintances with experiences? I read online that most men experience quick recovery time and no side effects, but there's always a few horror stories online about long-term problems developing that make me hesitate. In other words, do you recommend that men who do not want children get one? Yes, absolutely, I recommend. I'll go through all the things specific to my experience and your questions. Procedure in and out, no problem. They put a little anesthetic down there, snippety snip zip, you're done, and then it's just like a little bit of discomfort. You kind of, it's like 2 days recovery time, nothing. This is why in the U.S. when it's is it March Madness? There's some sports event that occurs over the course of a weekend where it's like the perfect recovery time, and demand for vasectomies goes through the roof. So if you got nothing going on, do it on a Friday. You buy a new video game, you sit and you play it, and then by Monday you're ready to go to work. It's a nothing, absolutely nothing. Recovery time, 48 hours, 72 hours. Reaction from doctors. For me, no questions. The guys, I had mine when I was 27, 28? Quite some time ago. Is it 10 years ago? Wow, it's more than 10 years ago. So I didn't have any troubles. Now, I've heard horror stories about the doctors, like, yeah, we need you men to breed more, so we have people paying taxes, and we can anchor you down, and then that way you pay child money. Just find another doctor. Okay, if you have to, come down to the United States and pay cash. I paid cash for mine, $1,200. There you are. Boom, one and done. Any friends or acquaintances with experiences? Not that I know of. I'm sure a couple of my buddies have them. But it's not like they come out, and ladies and gentlemen, I have had a vasectomy, and I would like to say tell you about my experience with getting the vasectomy. So there ain't no pronouncement like this. Yeah, I got a vasectomy. I read online that most men recover quickly and no side effects, but there's always a few horror stories. Yeah, and I was one of them. I recovered quickly, but then there was an infection, and I got this thing called epididymitis. And what was really scary is like 75% of the cases, it's caused by, not herpes, what's the one, gonorrhea. And I'm like, what the fuck? And they tested and said, okay, no, you're one of the four it does. I'm like, oh, whew. So that was probably a drawback, Lord. I mean, I'm not questioning the doctor's sterilization techniques, but there's always a drawback. And then I just went on antibiotics, and that went away. It hurt like a motherfucker, I'll tell you that. So if all of a sudden your balls start to hurt a little bit, and it's been after 3 or 4 days, then you want to go in and say, hey, doc, give me some antibiotics, like now. I was on my back, actually, for a while because, never mind, I won't this. You could look it up if you want. In other words, do you recommend that men who do not want children get one? Yes, absolutely 100%. And here's the reason why. They won't tell you this, and this is why it pisses me off. These doctors are acting like this is the, oh my God. They're reversible in 70% of the time, so you can reopen the tubes and have a normally functioning penis. But here's the other thing. You can directly extract sperm. There are 2 procedures. I looked them up. They're a little bit more involved, but it can be done. So if all of a sudden, and here's where, not only if you don't want children, you should get a vasectomy, and I'm going to do a separate video on this, but if you're a man Every man should have a fucking vasectomy because you can still get women pregnant when you want to. It is the ultimate birth control for men because we have 100 motherfucking % control. The girl says, "Ew, he impregnated me. He's the father." You show him your little fucking thing, your little thing. I had a vasectomy 3 years ago, and you're a lying fucking cunt. And it's going to piss off all the right people. The women that want to use you for sperm jacking, the women that want to screw you over, and oops, I forgot to take my birth control. It's all in your control, okay? Hang on. So anyway, every guy should get one because you can always, through surgery, get somebody you want pregnant. So I would say this is the default. I mean, you want to end a bunch of debates and arguments going on in the world right now, particularly the Western world, about birth control and sperm jacking, all that other shit. Every man should get a vasectomy, and then you can still get a girl pregnant if you want to. All right? Whether you want to have children or not, with today's technology, is a moot and irrelevant question. All right? So, yes, since you don't want to have children, get one. But if you change your mind later, great. You can always extract sperm directly and impregnate your partner. All right. Also, I've been dating a girl for the last 6 months. The problem is she wants children. I haven't told her that I do not. She's 24, and I guess I really need to tell her. Yeah, you think, kid? But things have been going so well, I haven't felt like ruining things. How do I handle this? You tell her first thing after this video, okay? That's how you handle it. Last thing, she teaches elementary school. Is that a deal breaker since I'm a libertarian? Even if she's pretty nice, sweet, and seems somewhat apolitical on most issues, I don't want to have to censor myself with the person I'm with. Oh, of course not. Other than her really wanting a family and the leftist brainwashing I believe she's received, I can guarantee you she's received it. She's good to me and I enjoy being with her. What do you suggest I do? Okay, look. If she wants to have kids and she's a sweet, nice, wonderful girl, you have to tell her that you never want to have kids. That's it. If you love her, if you care about her, heck, if you just have simple respect for her, you will tell her that you don't want to have kids. So that she can find another guy that actually does. She wants to have a family. This is very important to a lot of women, people out there. So you gotta, 6 months is enough now. Okay, you've had your fun, and say, look, I'm sorry, but there's some real key issues we gotta discuss. Primarily children. I don't want to have any. I'm gonna get myself a vasectomy tomorrow, and just want to let you know that. And you tell her the honest truth. And I want, I'm not gonna have kids. So if you want to have kids, you're gonna have to find somebody else. Bobbity blah blah blah. There'll be crying. There'll be, how could you do this to me? Because you kind of did lead around for 6 months, dude. So there is that. So whether what her politics at this point are probably irrelevant, because if she wants to have kids, you guys will break up. Hopefully it'll be an amicable one. She'll probably respect you in the long run. There'll be crying no matter what, but she'll respect you and like that you did that in the long run. So the politics doesn't matter. Now, however, let's just say she's like, okay, not having kids. Then the politics is another thing that you're going to have to discuss, and not necessarily discuss, but keep in mind this about women. Most women are Democrats or leftists, and they don't know why, okay? There are some true believers, but most of the girls are just Democrats because they've been told to be that. So what you do is you can use charming tactics like the betting tactic. If you don't know what that is, look it up. And you basically say, you almost have to train her like a dog. No, I'm not marrying a Democrat. And on top of it, I'm not marrying a leftist, right? And you explain, you make all the economic reasons and arguments why. If she doesn't believe you, you bet sexual favors and prove her wrong on the internet. There's a way to do it charming and polite. And it seems like if she's a wonderful, sweet, nice girl, deep down inside, I guarantee she has conservative viewpoints or libertarian viewpoints. She just doesn't know that that's what they are. So what you have to do is politely, ideally, charmingly, playfully prove her wrong. Not coming, you stupid fucking socialist Tory, you're going to vote for the government, stab me in my back, well then fuck you, I'm going to go on welfare. Okay, so you don't do it that way, but you do it somewhat charming. But yeah, I mean, you kind of, I've dated a couple girls who were like really sweet and nice, but they were Democrats. But yeah, I'm not marrying a Democrat. I'm not dating a Democrat. I don't do traitors. I don't tolerate traitors at all in my life. So, but she's 24. You guys are young, dumb, and full. You're 28. She's young, dumb, and full of cum. So you gotta basically say, okay, here's how it works, sweetheart. And this is really important to me. And yeah, but that may all be moot when she finds out that you don't want to have kids. So. But yeah, that's what I do. I mean, immediately you go up, you talk to her, you say, hey, I'm sorry, it's been wonderful, it's been nice, but you want to have kids, so off you go, that kind of thing. But maybe she'll change her mind. But yeah, you get that vasectomy ASAP. Anyway, best of luck to you. Toodles.